What's up? Thanks for bearing with me. I'm Grant Cohn. This is my instant reaction to the 49ers troubling 20-9 win over the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to break down all of Brock Purdy's interceptions and what the Niners should do with the quarterback position moving forward. But first, I want to shout out this week's sponsors, Cash App. For a limited time only, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real. Just download Cash App, use our exclusive referral code SECURE10 in your profile, send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App is a financial services platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Promotions provided by Cash App, A Block Incorporated brand. Visit cashapp.legal, cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures. And also, this week's podcasts are brought to you by Cozy Earth. These are premium pajamas and blankets. 100-night sleep trial. Try them out. If you don't love them, return them hassle-free, but trust me, you won't want to. Also, a 10-year warranty, because once you feel this level of comfort, you'll want it to last a decade. Give the gift of comfort that lasts beyond the holidays. This weekend only, from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, get 40% off at CozyEarth.com with code COHN. It's the best deal of the year. And if you get a post-purchase survey, be sure to mention you heard about Cozy Earth right here. Okay, you know who didn't have a cozy night? Brock Purdy. So Brock Purdy threw 3 picks in the first half. The question is, why? Why did Brock Purdy play so poorly? There's one of two answers. One, Brock Purdy isn't good. He is a turnover machine, and that's just who he is now. 2, he's hurt. He said he's not 100% healthy, but he's close. They've said he's not 100% healthy. We watched him. It seems to me that this injury, that still is a thing, affects his throwing more than his running. He had a nice scramble in this game. No hesitation, made a guy miss in the pocket, picked up a first down. It was a nice play. But he can't drive passes. He can dink and dunk like Mac Jones, but when it's time to throw the ball more than 5 yards down the field, it floats because he can't drive the ball. He admitted that after the game. He said he's not driving the ball the way he should. So I asked him, like, giving him an out. So that's your toe, right? And he's like, no, absolutely not. Now, to be fair, he was adamant after the Jacksonville game that he screwed up, that it wasn't the toe, and so was the coach. I also asked, someone asked Kyle Shanahan, was it the toe? He said no. So I think the Niners need to get their story straight. They should say that it's the toe. Because if it's not the toe, then it just means that he's bad. It's much better if it were the toe. I think it's the toe. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. Possible that he's just an overrated turnover machine who played well for a year and a half, stunk last year, and is even worse this year. The guy has 7 picks through 5 games. He's playing like Jameis Winston used to play when he was in Tampa. I mean, he's throwing a pick for every touchdown. He's playing like a guy who should get benched. I mean, how many picks do you have to throw in the first half before you get benched? If he weren't making $53 million a year, would he have gotten benched? If Mac Jones hadn't played so well for a month and a half and created a quarterback controversy, would Brock have gotten benched? It seems to me that the reason he kept playing is because the 49ers don't want to admit that they made a big, big mistake giving Brock Purdy all that money. There was no reason to do it. He was under contract for another year. He played poorly last year. There was no reason to reward that level of mediocrity, which is a generous way to describe the way he played in 2024. This year, he's worse. He's 3-1 as a starter, but that's because the team around him is better. I mean, the team is being carried by a 29-year-old running back who's averaging 3.5 yards a carry. That's the offense. Every freaking play, he's carrying the team. So, I don't know. I think it would be smart for the 49ers to change their story tomorrow and tell us all that Brock Purdy's toe is still bothering him. I think if you're serious about winning, you should have played Mac Jones in the second half. And I think it was easy to really, make fun of Brock Purdy for all those terrible, because they were terrible. And what's funny is after the game, Brock and Kyle tried to put a good spin on it. And they're like, well, the decisions were good. No, the hell they weren't. On the second pick, third down, he's scrambling. He had nothing but green grass in front of him. Scrambling right up the middle, nothing but green grass in front of him, but he throws off his back foot while running to a DB, right to a DB. He's such a cerebral turnover machine. I don't understand when people talk about Brock being football savvy and having a high football IQ and being an incredible processor. He holds the ball for like 3.5 seconds and then throws the ball to the other team if he's throwing it more than 5 yards down the field. And the idea that he needed to play over Mac Jones because he was going to unlock the offense and stretch the defense was silly. Silly. Mac Jones has a better arm than Brock. If you don't see that, I don't know what you're looking at. Maybe stats. The stats will tell you that Brock's a more efficient deep ball thrower, but that's because of who he's throwing to. Mac was throwing to Kendrick Bourne, who's gone. Totally out of the offense. Brock is throwing to Ricky Pearsall and George Kittle, and the ball's, it looks like he's throwing pillows. It looks like he's throwing helium balloons. And I think what's funny is if they keep throwing him out there, it's going to look worse next week against the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns have a good defense. This defense sucked. Brock had all the time in the world. All he had to do was play like Mac Jones, but that's not good enough for him. He needed to prove something. He needed to push the ball down the field. He needed to show what he can do. He showed us. He can throw 3 picks in one half. And if Mac Jones had done that, he would have been benched in the second quarter. If Sam Darnold had done that, he would have been the butt of every joke across America. But Brock Purdy does it, and people are quiet. Why? He's been playing like this for 2 years. He's 16 and 14 in his last 30 starts. Probably has 30 picks in that time. So why did Brock play so poorly in this game? Because he's not good. Because he's a turnover machine. Because that's what he does now. He holds the ball a really long time and tries to make plays that his physical skill set can't cash. That was a mixed metaphor. He writes checks that his butt can't cash. That was better. It was a cliche. That's why he played so poorly. Because he really thinks he's top 10 in the league. Because they gave him this contract and he's trying to justify it as opposed to just playing the way he used to. That's what happened in this game.